Hey y'all, it's Alicia and welcome back to Alicia's Crafty Hoplop and to my very first guest appearance for Rosie's Studio as a designer, and this is my project share. I have to tell you, there was only one item out of everything that I showcased that I knew for sure what I was going to make with. And that is what I began with, and then the project just grew and grew from there. Now, I told you all when we were doing the package, I chose Make a Splash because I knew so many of you would like it. Well, I have to tell you, once I started making with it, I fell mad in love with it, and I made so many things. I've chosen to share 3 of my faves with you tonight. They're my favorites for different reasons, and I'll share that with you as I showcase them. I will be listing all of the links to the products that I use down below so that you can easily find them with direct links. And I want to say thank you again to Laura and to Rosie's for giving me this opportunity. This was so much fun. All right, so let's start with the Rosettes, because this is the project that I really did know how I was going to use it before the package arrived. So if you remember, I ordered these amazing dimensional stickers from Rosie's. They're built very much the way we would build them. They have a glittery chip, like not quite chipboard, but very thick cardstock, and then a foam dot, and then on top is a circle cut apart, and it says "You're mermazing," and the mermaid is holographic, as are the stars and the writing. Well, as soon as I saw them, I said Rosettes, either crepe paper Rosettes or paper Rosettes. Well, folks, I picked my 3 favorites, but I could have made so many different styles, but I'll show you my 3 favorites. All right, here we go. Let's start with number 1. By the way, this is a piece from the Michaels Hot Buy Mermaid Pad, and I just scalloped 3 of the edges and left the bottom one straight because I liked it like that. Amazing mermaid, isn't it, on the bottom? Okay, so my favorite rosette out of all of them is this wonderful sea urchin looking rosette. It is my absolute favorite out of all the ones I tested. Now, I made this using this incredible trim. It's not really just eyelash trim. They call it tassel trim, and it's somewhere between eyelash and tassel. All I can tell you is that it's spectacular. It comes with baby yellow, purple, pink, green, blue. It's all the colors in Make a Splash. I am crazy about it, and it looks so sea-like, but pastel sea-like. So that is in fact how I made this incredible sea urchin looking rosette. And you know, it's funny to see a pastel sea urchin, but that's really what it looks like. And obviously I built it all the way around the dimensional sticker, and then I layered that up on a pink crepe paper rosette behind. My second favorite is this one. Now, it's going to be hard for you to see on my camera, but if you take a look, first of all, both this rosette and this rosette are treated with my special iridescent glitter, which you can see a little bit in the light. But you notice how this one has these little iridescent tentacles coming out from it? Not quite as sea urchin-like as this one, much more subtle. Well, let me show you what I used for that. This is a special product called Gilt Eyelash, and this is from Hobby Lobby. And even though we all love that silver holographic one, well, this is very similar, only it's got like this iridescent pink and green. It's magnificent. So this is what I used to create my second favorite rosette. And so I built that up all around the pink You Are Mermazing one. Sorry, it's the pink, the lavender one. And it just looks, in person, I know it's very subtle here, but in person, folks, it's spectacular. So while this is very sea urchin, this is very soft iridescent-y, and I love it. And then, believe it or not, the third way I liked it was just on its own. I like the dimensional sticker layered up on the crepe paper, and of course I treated my crepe paper rosettes as I always do with iridescent twinkle using the craft twinkles, but I liked it on its own. I did do one where I made it a shaker and it looked very cute, but one of my challenges with that is that it sort of covered up the amazing holographic mermaid, so it didn't make my fave list. So there you have it, folks. Make a Splash rosettes 3 different ways. Well, that just started me down a rabbit hole, because after that I knew I wanted to keep going. So the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to make a large envelope that I could load in all sorts of goodies made with Rosie's to send to a subscriber. And I had an envelope that I had saved that someone had sent me, and I really loved it, and I put it aside. So I took a look at it and I thought, oh, I will use that for this project. And here is what happened, folks. Now, you can see, remember I told you when I got the ephemera, I could see an ocean scene in my head? Well, this is exactly the ocean scene I saw. It only took 7 pieces to build it. 7 out of the 152 or 154 in that pack. That means you have I have over 145 pieces left to play with. That's after making, and this is very large, by the way. Like, this is like a 6x5 envelope. This is a large envelope. So it's pretty impressive that that's all it took. So this is a shell, then the amazing purple and holographic coral piece, then the large clamshell, then the seahorse, then another one of the coral pieces, 2 of the sprigs one is the exact color almost of the envelope and one is the deeper shade. And then I did take one of the stars here and use it there. And what I also did was I attached sequins in key spots that match the collection. What I love, and then I overlaid my special tool, which has pearls attached to it. Now, that tool I got in the Holy Land, and I have never seen anything like it. I have never seen green iridescent tool with pearls attached. But I got this specifically because I knew one day I'd want to make a mermaid project and that I would want to use this. And this was perfect. What I love is that the tool lets the whole ocean scene shine. So you see right through it, but it adds this amazing green iridescent quality, and the pearls are just magical. So I loved this, and you know, if I'd put shaker pieces in, it would have ruined the whole effect. It's just perfect the way it is. Oh, I so love this. In person, it's much more shimmery, but it's stunning. Then the back, I used 2 pieces from the collection, the large clamshell, and I attached a gemmy for the pearl, like a pearl for the pearl, and it just says Splash Squad. And then you open the envelope, and I'm tempted here to put in a sequins mix, but I don't want to do anything to detract away from this cover because I'm in love with it. All right, so that is a loaded envelope that's going to be loaded with different things that I'm making using Rosie's Studio for a subscriber. So what is the third project? Well, you know, I couldn't help it but make a tag flip. I just couldn't help it. I mean, Rosie's was just calling for a tag flip. First of all, I want to talk about this trim that's very octopus-like. You'll see I made very careful choices. I wanted all of these to feel like they were tentacles coming out of the tag flip. And notice I attached it a little tighter without putting a large jump ring this time because I didn't want distance between the tassel and the tag flip. I wanted it to feel like the tentacles were over the tag flip. I used the beautiful iridescent tentacle-like trim that Natasha Griffin Girl sent me. Thank you, Natasha. I loved it. And then some shiny holographic glittery rickrack. This is a white and pink trim that Natasha also sent me. And also she sent me this amazing triple blue that is like ocean. And then I added some more of my own pink rickrack. And that is the tentacle tassel that reminds me of an octopus. The first piece, as you can see, I used my special holographic paper. I did use one of the We Are Memory Keeper eyelets. Down below, you can see, again, I used that eyelash trim, or we're not really sure what we should call it. They call it tassel trim, I call it eyelash trim. But instead of around the rosette, I did it one way. This time I inverted it. So now you get like a pastel sea urchin-y kind of quality on the bottom. And so that's along the bottom. And then using the sticker pack, which I have handy here. Where did I just put that down? I'll pull it up for you in a second. Using the sticker pack, I used the one-of-a-kind puffy sticker, so it gave it more dimension. As you can see, it sticks out. I used a flat mermaid from the ephemera pack, and then I used a puffy star over here in the corner, and that is the first one. The second tag, if you remember, and I'm not sure if you do, and maybe I should pull it out so you can see. These were wooden pieces from Splendid. And they're the wooden tags that I got in my designer package. And I loved that Splendid is also an ocean collection, but really goes with everything. I love that this one says, I love this, because through all the words it tells a story. So it says, one of a kind, I love this. And then I used one of the holographic and yellow luggage tags, and this one says fun. So one of a kind, I love this, fun. And then you go to the next page. See, I like all my stuff to tell a story. It says fearless, hashtag fearless. And for this one, you can see I use my special paper from my art store at my university where I teach. And this one is a magical color. It's like a deep blue mixed with like iridescent purple. It also picks up like it's just, and also has a little bit of green in it. It's really wonderful. So I used the piece from the ephemera pack and the spout from the ephemera pack. I used hashtag fearless in the foil that picks up on the background of the paper. I did attach 2 of the dimensional stickers in the purple. I used my We Are Memory Keepers eyelet again and added 2 of the gemmies from the Make a Splash collection, this time in that sparkly green that's also in this paper. And then the next piece is another one of those wooden tags, and it says, so much fun. And then you lift that up. Now this time I didn't attach it to a jump ring because I wanted it to lay flat over this other little tag. This little tag I found in the ephemera pack and I really liked it. So what I did was I attached one of the seahorses and 2 of the Make a Splash gemmies, this time in sparkly dark pink. And then at the bottom I used one of the puffy stickers that says adventure. So again, so much fun, adventure. So as you go along, it continues the story and it all makes sense. The sentiments all add together to make a story. The last page is a different blue iridescent paper, again from my art store at my university. This time I used 2 of the sprigs, the holographic iridescent and the amazing green, like that sea green twig color that's almost the same as the background paper. One of the pink shells with the holographic pieces in it from the ephemera pack. From the stickers I used the Just Have Fun, and this time I chose to use a dimensional mermaid, and she had a lot more of the greens and the blues that are in, and sea foam that are in the background paper. Then you go to the next piece and it says No Bad Days. And this is actually a piece of ephemera from the ephemera pack, but it was large enough to be used as an interest piece in the tag flip. And then the last tag is another luggage tag, and this one is pink and holographic, and it just says XOXO with love. And that, folks, is my Make a Splash tag flip. Oh, I love doing it. Oh, so pretty. With the interesting octopus tentacle trim. The Make a Splash rosettes 3 different ways. And the Make a Splash loaded envelope with the ocean scene. I want to thank everyone at Rosie's Studio. I want to thank Laura for this incredible opportunity. I loved creating with Make a Splash. It was so much fun. In fact, there's still a pocket letter. Like I'm not going to stop now that I've started. I love this collection. And I have to tell you again, 7 pieces to make a large loaded envelope. Over 140 pieces left. This pack of ephemera is going to go and go and go and go. And I have to say, I really, really loved, well, first of all, I'm crazy about these rosette centers, so I will be ordering more. And I'm also crazy about the thicker like stickers that I used to make the tag flip. I really, really like them a lot. And truly, I think they're fantastic. So I am going to be ordering more of those as well. I will be listing all of the products I used down below. Don't forget that Rosie Studio and Laura were super generous and granted an incredible coupon code for 25% off that's good until June. So I'll list that code down below too, so you can take advantage of it. I hope you really enjoyed this project share. I loved being a guest designer for Rosie's. It was truly an honor. I will be sharing another project towards the end of the week involving those butterflies as promised. But this is my Make a Splash project. And again, thank you to everybody for watching. If you have any questions about any of the items that I used in the project, please leave them below and I will make sure to answer them. But a big thank you to Rosie's and to Laura. This was joyful making, y'all. Joyful making. All right, I'll remind you of the coupon code. I'll put it down below and all of the links to the products. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Well, how could you not? I mean, this was super fun to make. Super fun to make. All right, y'all. Thanks so much and have a good evening. Bye for now.